Welcome to BYOB. Now is the time to build your own business and push your brand forward. Join us each week for fresh, innovative strategies to bring your brand and business to new heights. Call in at 888-994-4995, Studio B. Now let's get to the show.
Chris, that secret was awesome. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, hey, Bridget Hom here with BYOB, and I'm so excited to share with you my special guest. He is an online marketing coach and trainer at 9 Twice, and he promises to get you clients by dinner. Also, he's famous for talking and sharing how to grow a 5-figure income in a month. Christopher Prouty, that was your introduction.
I want to welcome you. Listen, I want to welcome you to my first and last appearance on this. I think it's going to be fantastic. And I have one question for you. What is the most intriguing thing that happened to you today?
Having you on my show.
Oh, thank you. Bridget, what's going on?
Honestly, making the most amazing cup of coffee this morning that just rocked my socks off. That was probably the most intriguing experience of the day.
I too had an amazing cup of coffee today. Already. You know what? I'm just realizing, actually, now that you mentioned that, how long is this thing? Because I didn't pee before we started. So if I'll be okay.
Do you need to make that happen? Do you need me to fill some space and
no,
talk about what you do?
I have something called the truck driver's best friend. I have it right here with me for when I do long haul stuff.
Listen, that shows me that you're resourceful and innovative, which is who you are. So what do you? Hold on. So there are thousands of people listening right now. Thousands.
Yeah, thousands.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So tell them what you do. How can you add value to their life?
Okay, hold on. Before I answer that, I have just realized something. I realized that I left some of my secrets on the board behind me. I want to erase these.
Oh my God. Wait. People, look. Oh no, you guys.
Hope I didn't do a screen. Too late to do a screen capture on my secrets.
Yeah, I already got it. So.
You captured it. What was the question?
I'm going to how do you add value to people's life and businesses?
Oh, I could probably talk about that all day long. Could I ask you a question? Would you be open to me asking you a question first?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Just because it's you.
So you made that really good cup of coffee this morning, but that really that's not your business. Your business, you're not a barista. So in what you do, which you are like a performance coach, and you help people level up. What do you find to be the most effective approach when you're working one-on-one with clients? What is it that you do that really bonds you or binds you with them?
Hold on. This is BYOB with Chris Prouty. Role reversal today. So if I were to ask
when you're working with somebody, what is it that you do that what do you find to be the most effective?
First of all, helping people to break free from their limiting beliefs and what's really making them feel stuck in their business and their life. Helping them to pinpoint exactly what they're struggling with, and then offer a creative and inspired strategy just to give them a little taste of what their business could look like if they really stepped into transformation.
I think that's true. I find that a lot of entrepreneurs get stuck in a lot of different ways. You start this business to get you really do. You started to get freedom. A lot of people either start a business, either they've come out of college or they've never worked in the workforce and they want to do their own thing, or they have worked in the workforce and they just can't stand that grind and they've got this burning idea that they know that could really work for them. And so they leave it all behind and they start this thing with these visions of freedom that they have where, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to make my own schedule. I'm going to work when I want, take weekends off. I'm going to take a month off in December. They come with all of these ideas. And then what happens?
I'll
they
tell
get,
you what happened. Tell me.
you tell, go ahead. This is your show. You go ahead. You tell, I'm interviewing you. You tell me.
They get overwhelmed. They lack vision. They lack
Yeah.
direction.
It's for me, it's not about the lack. It's they don't realize how much work it really is to make that freedom happen. And they
Ooh,
just get stuck. They just get stuck in the churn of just, I thought I thought I was going to have more clients. I thought things were going to happen easier. And then all of a sudden, they're having to look at their accounting and their finances and their legal stuff. And, they just get stuck with all of this stuff. And then the pipeline dries up because their eye is off the ball. They're focusing on delivery. Their pipeline dries up, and then no new clients come in, and then they're stuck, and they're hitting this wall, of the freedom that they were so desperately seeking. That freedom that they wanted so badly is now like the thing that is the furthest away from them. How do you deal with that?
They are imprisoned by that.
They are
now. They're
yes,
imprisoned.
they are being
Sabotaged.
Yeah, they're being held captive. Yeah, they're being held captive. I think it's one of the biggest problems that entrepreneurs face. And I see it every single day. I talk to these entrepreneurs every single day, and like you make this connection with them, and you give them a taste of what it can be like, when they move through, when they move on to the other side, and sometimes that's enough to liberate them and to get them to see that, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. But boy, that transformation can be really hard to get unless they have, like unless they have a guide that can help get them there. And I see the same thing when it comes to client attraction.
Oh, 100%. Tell me a little bit more about that, Chris.
About
okay. Attracting clients. Let's backtrack a little bit. So we get the entrepreneur in the right mindset, right? We get them step them into that vision. So we say, hey, here are the keys to get yourself out of prison, essentially, out of captivity in your mind. So, and we want to activate them. So we activate them by giving them the right mindset. Then we have to give them strategies. You have to give them, after the mindset, you have to give them exactly how do you even make this happen in the structured manner, right?
All right, here's a question for you. What percentage of all of business success is mindset? I have an idea. I have an idea right here of what percentage of business success is mindset. What do you think it is?
Oof.
What percent?
That's a great question. I would say 75%.
I think it's more than that. I really do. I think it's like close to 90% of your business success is your mindset. You know what? There's actually an axiom that says like 90% of success is just showing up. And I think just showing up is truly your mindset, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Confidence is what kills it sometimes. I mean, as long as you show up as your authentic self and you show up with the right mindset, I mean, people want to work with you. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen people who lack confidence versus are the confident entrepreneurs. And the confident entrepreneur may not have 100% the game plan, but if they have a vision and they have connectivity, then they're able to make it happen versus the entrepreneur who lacks the confidence, maybe has the skill set, but can't make it happen.
Marco Pierre White is a chef, a European chef, and he is very well known for receiving, I think, 3 stars Michelin, which is a tremendous accolade in the culinary world. And he returned those stars when he felt like the organization Michelin was not upholding the values. But he has, and I think that's inspiring in and of itself that he received these great awards and he gave them back. But he has a quote that I often think about. And it's applicable to what we're talking about right now. And it is, strategy can compensate the talent where talent will never compensate the strategy. And I think what we're talking about right now is that mindset can compensate for your talent, but your talent will never compensate for your mindset. Because if you can have all the talent in the world, and if you're not presenting yourself in the right way and you don't have a strategy for helping people understand how you can help transform their lives, or their business is, no matter what you do, whether it's client attraction or it's mindset, I don't know which way to point at you, or it's mindset, it's business growth in any capacity. If you don't have the strategy, you can have all the talent in the world, but no one's going to buy into it. And that goes along with confidence as well. You've got to be able to present yourself confidently. That's something that you do all the time.
Thanks,
now
Chris.
It's your turn to speak. Yeah, now it's your turn.
Is it my turn? Oh, thanks for tagging me in there. Yeah. I was starting to think about culinary skills and can you cook?
I love, you know what? I love to cook. I absolutely love to cook. Yeah. What's your, if you had one thing in the world you could cook and just eat all the time, what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I'm very simple, Chris. It's all about, making it happen, making nutrition happen, and driving me to be able to get to where I want to be. And so when it comes to food, it's all about the avocado toast and the eggs on top of it. That's literally my meal.
That actually sounds really, really good. That sounds really good.
It's delicious. But it's really all about fueling yourself.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I go for the sheer pleasure of creating food that's really yummy. There was a restaurant in Miami that's no longer there. It was Las Culebrinas. It was down in Coconut Grove. And they made a dish called a salpicón de mariscos, which is a chilled seafood salad. And I used to go there all the time. My wife and I used to go there all the time when they were open. And we used to always be, we'd always get that. And when we learned that they were closing, we worked voraciously to get the recipe. And now I produce that here at home, and it's just a nice memory to that dish. I think that was really good. So it's like shrimp and scallops and mussels and peppers and onions. So good. So very good. What were we talking about? Mindset.
That sounds amazing. Sorry, I just got really excited about lunchtime, and now I wish we were in the same place so I could experience what that looks like. Now I'm going to go for seafood for lunch. Oh, we were talking about strategy, mindset, what it does for the entrepreneur, how necessary both of those things are, but it's mostly mindset. 90% mindset.
Yeah.
Really launching your business as an entrepreneur, you have to have the correct mindset so that you can make it happen and differentiate yourself.
I think without that, so one of the things that I work with my clients, and you know this very well. One of the things that I work with my clients is I teach people how to execute on the strategies to attract clients to them to grow multiple 5-figure businesses per month. So these are like coaches, entrepreneurs, lawyers, those kind of, just about anybody. If you have a proven product, something that people buy, I can show you how to get to, $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month selling it with organic attraction. But unless you have the right mindset and you have that confidence that you're able to present what you do in a compelling way, it's very difficult to get past that. And so mindset is a huge part of what you do. And it's also an important part of what I do, is helping people with that mindset and become that attractive. I want the people that I work with, I want their clients to be falling over themselves to get to them for their services. That's truly what I want.
And that's what you get. I know so many people who have worked with you who I love hearing their testimonials, because they are so amped up about the value that you have added to their life, not only their business, but their lives. Because once you add value.
Hold on. This has nothing to do with me though. All I do is string together words. I just string together words and tell people what they should be doing every day. And they're the ones that go out and do it. I mean, you and I have clients that are, we have shared clients. We have some people that, they work with you and they work with me, and we're just here to serve them. We're the vehicle for them, for their transformation. If you think about it.
Absolutely.
Right? So I'm not taking any credit. Bridget, I'm not taking any credit for this.
No. Of course not. Humility is a part of confidence. Humility is attractive. It is.
Here's something I don't know. Listen, here's something I don't know about you. How big of a component do you think exercise and physical fitness is in business success?
That's a great question. Well, here's the deal. If you're physically fit, if you develop a routine and focus on your physical health, it does shift your thinking. It shifts even the blood flow in your brain. It shifts everything. It literally gets you in the mindset of game on. When you actually work out, I think it's a huge component to success. Because you have to overcome.
What's your workout like? What are you doing every day?
It's either running, listening to something.
You're like I picture you doing like Pilates or something like that. You do like Pilates?
Oh my God.
Or like
you tag. How did you know? I love Pilates.
You look like the kind of chick that would do Pilates. I picture you. I was thinking either Pilates or like step aerobics, but I can't see you lugging around that step. I can't see you lugging around that thing and stepping up on that thing.
Listen, I'll tell you a secret. So I thoroughly enjoy cardio. However, I love to salsa dance, but I make salsa dancing a contact sport. I've literally had friends say, "Hey, victim, Bridget, if I want to salsa for 3.5 hours straight. Don't stop me. Pick the next person before the first dance is over. Like game on." It's all about that competition. It's all about making it happen. So if I could just dance forever, I'll do that.
I will share a secret with you. I don't know what Pilates is.
No. Listen, after this call, Chris, I'm going to send you and we'll explain to you exactly how to do Pilates, and you're going to like it. You're going to think it's awesome. Maybe. I am a big believer that physical fitness is a large contributor to business success. I really am. For a lot of reasons. I think I think doing physical fitness does a number of things for you. First, you talked about the blood flow, but the reason the blood flow is important is because there are proteins released into the blood when you do cardiovascular exercise. They bind in the brain and they allow you to think quicker and make faster decisions. So those kind of things are important. I think being healthy in and of itself gives you more stamina, allows you to work harder and work longer during the day. And I also believe that physical fitness and exercise is a great reset. I think we've talked about this. I work 12 hours a day in 3 4-hour blocks. And in between my 4-hour blocks, I like to do cardio. I run. Love to run. So in between my 4-hour blocks, I'll go out, I'll run like 6 miles and then get back and get back to work. Or I'll, in the afternoons, I'll play with the kids. And it's that kind of stuff that resets the brain. I think for any entrepreneur, you'll achieve more success if you integrate physical fitness into your routine. I might include that in my program. I honestly kind of do. I kind of push it in there because I'm also a certified health coach. So what I do in the 90
I didn't know that about you. I didn't know.
So what I do in the 90-day program, well, now you know. So I'm actually...
Tell me more about that.
Well, I introduce... Listen, if you want any different ways of eating, paleo, alkalarian, whatever diet you really want to do, I can share how to do that. However, for the entrepreneur, it's really important to adjust to how their brains work. And so what I usually suggest, if an entrepreneur is like, I have to do this at this time, I say that's not going to work for you. Put your running shoes in your car. And if you're driving around town, you see a park, get out, set a timer, make it happen. Get out of the box of thinking what your health has to look like. And so usually adjusting to the entrepreneur's mind, how it really works, because sometimes it doesn't work. That schedule, 7 a.m. every day working out, does not work for the entrepreneur. They're much more creative. They need to be inspired. When inspiration hits, they need to make it happen for themselves. So yes, I actually, when I meet with someone, I say, what are your health goals as well? And we will integrate that as part of your 90-day Find Your Freedom program.
That's pretty inspiring to hear that you do that. I've always thought it would be kind of cool to get a bunch of people to run with me, and then I could teach them, some like client attraction strategies through social media while we're running. I just don't know. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? I don't know if that would work. I used
Listen,
to. I,
think it could happen.
you think I should try this? Well, I have a little bit of experience. I used to run a mastermind in Orlando, and the group used to meet, and then there was a subset of the group that would go running with me after the mastermind, and we would just go out and do a quick 5K. But they ended up hating me after running with me. So nobody, they were like literally in front of me. They were taking out their phones and they were deleting my phone number from their phones. They didn't. I'm not a fun person to run with by any stretch.
It's because you're militant. You're like, listen, if you can't hack it, if you can't run these 6 miles, I'm leaving you behind.
Yeah,
and here's the thing. What? Go on.
No, what I have to say is unimportant. What's the thing? Go ahead.
No. I think you were going to continue down that track.
This is all about you. This is all about you. If you don't taste blood, if you can't taste blood in your mouth after you're running, I don't believe that you've run. If people don't jump off the sidewalk, if you're running and people don't if people aren't like, oh my God, and jump off the sidewalk when you're coming, you're not running, you're jogging. So you need to get out there if you're, that's what I always say. Does this ever happen to you? I wonder, I get offended when people are like, they'll like see me, they'll be like, oh, I saw you jogging the other day. I'm like, yeah, I just threw up in a bush. So I don't think joggers do that. Hey, listen, not to disparage the joggers out there. If you're a jogger, I think that is absolutely fantastic. There is room for everybody on the roads. I like to run fast.
Well, and here's the deal. Everyone has to start somewhere. Even as the entrepreneur, you just have to get started. And you're a big proponent of this. Like, listen, you're never going to be ready. It's just time to start. It's just time to start, right? Wait a second.
I feel like, were you reading one of my social media? You were reading one of my social media posts. It's true. Listen, anybody who's out there listening to this can take something out of that statement. And it's a quote from the amazing Brian Tracy, who is like a personal hero of mine. And if you don't know who Brian Tracy is, you got to look him up. The guy is just phenomenal in his advice that helps you understand your mindset and help you move yourself forward. You work with Bridget on that too, of course. Bridget, of course, we're not forgetting about you. But Brian Tracy says, you're never going to be ready. You just have to start. It's like building the plane while you're flying it. Hey, can you hand me that wing? Because, we're flying this thing. You're never going to be ready. And it's the people who get stuck in thinking that they need to be ready before they start. Those are the people that just you're going to settle for mediocrity at that point. If you're looking for excellence, you need to start moving forward. Now, there are may I continue? Am I talking too much, Bridget? This is your show.
No, it's
because I have more questions. I have more questions I want to ask you, but I think one of the biggest problems what's that?
We've got 4 or 5 minutes left on this show. What's the next show?
We'll have to do a part 2. I have nothing more valuable to contribute. One of the biggest problems that entrepreneurs face is that they sit there stuck, not realizing that there's a way out. And they just sit there spinning their wheels every day with inefficient processes, unable to attract clients, unable to align their mindset with what works. And if they don't make a change, at a minimum, they're going to stay the same. Or worse, their pipeline dries up, clients stop coming to them, they lose their connection with their current clients, they lose their visibility with their prospects, and their business dreams go away. And the freedom that they so desperately sought when they started that business vanishes through their fingers like sand. So what they need to do is they need to realize that there are people out there that have had the same problems as them and that have solved those problems and turn those problems into solutions that anyone can execute on, and then have helped hundreds of other people solve those problems as well. And when they're able to get that roadmap, that step-by-step, here's what you need to do to attract more clients, to get the right mindset, to build your business, grow to multiple 5 figures, their entire world opens up, their entire life opens up, and they have back that freedom that they wanted when they started. And they're able to do that freedom want. They could start a charity. They could connect with their family. They could get more physical exercise. They could come running with me, Bridget. So,
And,
what they need to do, Bridget, if you could just calm down for a second, what they need to do is they just need to start. They just need to take that first step. I have nothing more. I have nothing more of value that I can share with you, Bridget.
I don't believe that for a second, but I'll allow that to be the case.
Except it is true. Yeah. Where do we go from here, Bridget? What did we learn, Bridget? What did we learn today?
That people need to call you for if they want to grow their businesses exponentially. That's what we learned today.
I'm not sure that's really what we learned today, Bridget.
No, I think we learned that mindset is a huge component to growing your business. I hope that people who are listening in learned that they just have to start. They're never going to be ready. The entrepreneur is right.
Yeah, that's the big takeaway for you. We spent 25 minutes on you just have to start. 5 words. We took 25. You and I just took 25 minutes to get 5 words out.
Yes. Hold on. Press down on the gas. That's 5 words too.
Oh, you are reading my post. That's right. It is time to take those keys and press down on the gas.
100%. Okay. So Chris, tell people how they can reach you to level up in their business.
I really don't even know how. I mean, Facebook is a great way. They can look for my name on Facebook. They can find me and connect with me on Facebook, and that is probably the best way. If you're Florida's smartest marketer, I generally show up number 1 for that in Google search.
Nice.
Don't search for Orlando's best looking marketer because I'm on like page 5. Yeah, find me on Facebook, find me on LinkedIn. Just search for my name places. They can find me everywhere.
Awesome. Fantastic.
How about you? What can people do if they want to start working with you? What's their move?
Just reach out on Facebook. Reach out on Facebook too. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy.
Easy
access. We're there.
What else?
We're here to help everybody.
How do we wrap this up, Bridget? How do we bring this thing to a close?
I'm going to tell you right now. Bridget Hum with Christopher Prouty. This was BYOB. Happy Monday. Get started. Press
down on the gas. Nice to see you, Bridget. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, Chris. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. You're the best.
Thank you for tuning in to BYOB. Join us next time for a fresh perspective and innovative strategies to building your own business. If you are a successful business owner with tips to help or would like more information from our hosts or guests, please contact us at 866-224-54